I've flirted with the idea of food and beverage for a long time. People have been telling me for a long time, you need to do this, you need to do that, because, being an events promoter, it's almost like 1 or 2 degrees away
That's
from
right.
potentially, because essentially pulling a crowd is a part of these businesses and the experience and those things that we were talking about before. But food and
Executing
beverage, food and beverage is a beast on its own. And it's daunting for me, and it scares the shit out of me, and it should scare everybody at home, because most people just think, oh yeah, you make coffee, you make food, and you just put it out. There's so much more to it, and as a matter of fact, I've always heard it takes your life from you, because the time and energy that you need to devote to food and beverage, to a venue, to a restaurant, and particularly one that trades well into the night as well, is huge. From the minor detail to the bigger picture things, to making sure that the food's cooked properly, to the cutlery, to the plates, to the staff, to the watching the money coming in and out, and the right amount of alcohol going in the drinks, and it's a never-ending list of things, and you need to have eyes on the back of your head and on the side of your head as well. How does that work, Max?
It is a very, very challenging thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand how much we go through. So picture, you're in events, so you
Sure.
understand.
Sort of.
We work, we run a 12-hour shift. We spend 4 of those hours preparing, and then we spend another 4 of those hours finishing up, preparing for the next day. We only actually work for 2 hours straight.
Sure.
Right? So that's, if you look at that in hindsight,
Yeah.
there's so much work involved
That's
for
right.
2 hours worth of trade.
Yeah.
Right? And the challenges that we face is a million things, like you've just mentioned
Yes.
earlier. It's getting the food right.
Yeah.
Staff don't show up.
Exactly.
Kitchen
Stocking.
is crazy. We have 45 employees that run that shop. That's
Wow.
one, right? And at any given night, like on a Saturday, we have about roughly, I think, 28 of them working. So we have 28 staff running around like headless chickens to make sure that dish comes out right.
Yeah.
And it is a scary thing.
Yes.
I shit my pants all the time.
I can imagine, brother.
When you get a bad review, it's very heartbreaking.
Sure.
And when someone's not happy with something,
Yeah.
it's like we're trying so hard to make sure that
Yeah.
your half an hour experience
Yeah.
is worthwhile. We've spent 400 hours this week
Yeah.
trying to make sure that it's right, and you can't get it right,
No.
especially when
Not every time.
you just can't look when you're thinking of when you start looking at 2,000 to 3,000 people that walk into your shop, all right, and then you're doing a 300 cover in one seating. Something is going to go wrong.
Of course.
If something doesn't go wrong,
Sure.
something is wrong. So
And the thing is, we're talking food, so this is something very close to all of us,
Yeah.
as far as it's not like a dress that you're gonna wear. It might be a little bit this or a little bit that, but food is food, and it's
especially with our clientele.
Yeah, sure.
The Middle Easterns are very fussy,
very fussy,
right? Because they love the flavors in their food. They love it salty. They love
course.
it,
Just
charred.
right, yeah.
They like it just right.
Yeah.
And if they don't get it the way they want it, they're not going to be happy. And that's something we need to accept as well.
Yeah.
So, the way I see branding and the way I see customer satisfaction is when our guests walk in, or anyone that walks into a particular venue, they've already visualized what they're doing for the night
Yeah.
prior to walking in. They know what drink they're having.
Yeah.
They know how they're going to enjoy their entrees, especially regulars, and they're going to plan out their night.
Sure.
And if they don't get what they've visualized,
Sure.
they're gonna be unsatisfied.
Yeah.
And
that's the failure.
it's a natural thing, right? But we try as hard as we can to be the best.
Sure.
I have several managers, team leaders. We meet up every single week.
Sure.
And we spend hours in that office every single week to make sure that we get it right, because the back end, all the planning phase is the one that's
right.
the most
where you make it
challenging.
or break it. Yeah, yeah.
We spent hours making sure that our team is trained up.
Sure.
You know, our products are correct. We're up to date with events.
Sure.
So the thing about smaller restaurants, and I think anyone in a CEO team or a big corp would say the same thing. To run a restaurant, you are the CEO, secretary, accountant, bookkeeper.
You gotta wear all the hats.
You're the manager.
Yeah.
You literally do every single thing.
I hear you.
And you make a fraction of what a corporation would make, and the CEO, because you have the resources are less. So we work with what we got.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
the team is so important.
Absolutely.
Like you can only go so far on your own. You reach a stage where without delegation, there is nothing, because you need people around you. So the importance of the team now comes in. It's not only your vision, it's not only what you can do and how you like to make the coffee and how you think the food. Now you've got this team, and you got to share your vision with this team. You got to find the right people. You got to bring the right people in, and then teach them all how to execute your plan and your master vision. That's no fucking joke by any measure.
And